Look, Hudson said to get more freaky, so let's rank the Heated Rivalry spicy scenes. Now, did I think I'd be spending my Christmas Eve doing this? Absolutely not. And I specifically wanted to do this before the cottage because I know the cottage is about to blow our minds. Episode 6 might be the best episode out of the whole season. So I wanted to give every other scene its chance, you know, instead of putting it up against that. And before some of y'all get started talking about, do you really need to rank the spicy scenes? Yes. Why? Because it's fun. Come on, y'all, live a little, have some fun. I have been out in these streets watching y'all deny how much you enjoy these scenes. And I feel like some people are downplaying it because they don't want to be embarrassed by how much they like the scenes, as if almost 100 people on the cast and crew did not specifically choreograph these scenes for us to enjoy. And me saying that does not take away from how well the writing is, the acting, the music, the directing, literally everything. This whole show is about accepting your curiosity and desire. And what do I look like also denying myself and saying I don't like certain scenes? If y'all watch my reactions, you'll see that I said I enjoy the kissing scenes a lot, but I never once said I didn't like the spicy scenes, okay? The most thing I said was I'm not sure if I should be watching this on camera with y'all. But anyway, my whole little rant is just to say that we should be able to enjoy things and say that we enjoy things and not be judged for it, especially here on my channel, okay? So for my tier list, I decided to use the Olympics as my ranking systems because let's face it, all of these scenes deserve an award. And then for my gold tier, I'm gonna award one scene with the Stanley Cup, which means I personally love it more than all of the rest. And when I get to who's gonna win it, we might have to fight. First up is the shower scene in episode 1. Ilya turned around after he saw Shane kind of looking and they kept looking at each other and that arm was moving. I think this deserves... We also saw that the bakery was open for business. I think it deserves a little... I think it deserves silver. I would give it gold, but there's a lot of gold contention here. And I feel like silver does the shower scene justice. Now the hotel room BJ's. That is when I was actually shocked for my life. There's usually a line when it comes to spicy scenes and whether or not they like stay back here and kind of teeter it. But no, they decided to jump the line, hop and skip over it. Shane dropped to his knees and the camera didn't pan off and we didn't like fade to black. I was speechless. So for that alone, and for it to be within the first 15 minutes of the show, it deserves gold. No questions asked. Gold all the way up there. That's when we got our whole curious talk and Shane being curious and just both of them being free in this scene. So I think gold is good. Next up is the Vegas rooftop during their rookie season. Shane went out there looking for his man. He was wondering why he wasn't there. They had a little spat. And then Ilya told him, I'm going to Russia. And then he gave him that look and was like, I don't want to go back to Russia. And Shane, he was a little inebriated. He didn't understand. Shane, being the good sport that he is, he said, see you next season. But Ilya had other plans. I was thinking of giving it silver, but it deserves a bronze. Like, a silver or bronze? I don't know. Like, that first episode was just so good. And I feel because it set the tone, silver. Forget it. Now we're getting on to the second episode with All-Star Weekend, Scott Next Door. Let me think back. What happened then? Shane came into the room. He ran into Ilya's arms. They kissed. Ilya said, get on your knees. And he got on his knees. Ilya picked him up and dragged him to the bed. What do we think this deserves? I don't know. I kind of forget about this scene. Is that bad to say? Like, it's obviously there and I enjoy it. But this is not one that sticks out to me. So you're gonna get bronze? Yeah, bronze is good. I'm not even gonna fret about it. Because this next one, their first time. There was tension from Shane pushing Ilya up against the wall, talking about, why'd you sex me during the game? Ilya said what he said, like, you were turned on during the whole game, weren't you? And obviously they were. Then they ran up the stairs and there was some more tension in the kitchen when Ilya again backed him up against the surface. And y'all know how I feel about Ilya backing Shane up into a surface. Then they kiss and then they move to the bedroom. I'm just painting the scene for you. Honestly, I have to because I can't show these scenes to y'all. So you might as well hear my narration of what I remember happened. So they get to the room, they start talking about the pillows. And then they start telling each other, come here, no, you come here, you come here, no, you come here, you come here, no, you come here. Then they met in the middle and danced all night. This is also when Shane called Ilya Rosie, even though Hudson claims that that was just him being cut off and like going into a mall. No, but I don't believe it. Okay, he called that man Rosie. We're gonna stick with that for canon. Is this also the scene where Ilya brought the knees to the chest? Like yeah, I think that's this scene, which I also think that he was doing some things down there with his mouth, but you know, that was left up to the imagination. Finally got the "it's you, it's you" with Shang and his backbone out in multiple different positions. So yeah, with all that being said, gold medal. Not even up for debate. Gold freaking medal. Next up is the yearning scene in the Vegas bathroom after the MLH Awards. And we got Shanykins being all soft and very eager. Ilya being very eager too. And the whole, no, I'm not gonna get on my knees on this dirty bathroom floor. We're gonna go back to our seats, sit and watch the boring award. Then we're gonna go to the boring after party. And once that's done, you're gonna come upstairs to my hotel room. Silver. Because the way everyone was still gagging about it after episode 2 was over. But next up, we have one of the best scenes out of this whole show, the Vegas hotel room. As soon as Shane got in that room and Ilya said, take off your clothes. Yeah. And then he dragged that chair. Yep, and then he sat down and said, I want to see you. Show off to me. This is my reward. Now that scene had me feeling some things, I'm not even gonna lie. Honestly, all the scenes in Vegas are just really good. Okay, now that I'm done reminiscing a little bit, obviously it gets gold. Duh. I don't even think that's up for debate. Ilya in this picture looks sexy as fuck. Like, are you serious? The way that he was drinking that vodka. And then Shane on the bed. When he threw those underwear that Ilya did not sniff. That was a missed opportunity in this freaky ass show, and I don't know why they didn't take it. Anyway, we can't dwell on the past, can we? Moving on to the entire skip episode 3. Now, we didn't get explicit scenes, but they were still good, and I feel like they deserve a bronze. They did what they had to do, but was it as much as they could have done? No, and that's because the episode did not require it. So my two lovebirds get a bronze. And speaking of another bronze medal scene, Shane riding. I know, I hear the booing, Stop, you don't have to boo me. I know. The stretch marks. The form deserves gold medal, but it's just not as good as some of the other scenes. And I know it's Shane riding. Just like. But it doesn't do a lot for me. I'm sorry, bronze. I love you, but bronze. And everything that came after that. Them sitting in the bed, Ilya asking him to stay. Love it. But not enough to give it silver or gold. But you know who does deserve gold? Gold every day, all day, every day of the week. The cuddle on Ilya's sofa. Now that scene, when I say it had everything, it's not even as explicit as any of the other scenes. Me personally, I love really sensual, erotic stuff, you know what I'm saying? Leave something to the imagination. But just because I say I want something to be left to my imagination does not mean I still don't want the explicit scenes, okay? Their eye contact is always on an insane level, but it got even more insane during this scene. The way that Ilya kept going, There's something about the way that Ilya just talks you through it that I just love. He was saying, fuck Hollanov. That right there. And he usually says it. I feel like he said it during the hotel scene, their first time. Maybe the Vegas hotel room? No. I don't really think he spoke that much when they were doing it. But this scene, I know for a fact he said it because I watched that scene at least, I don't know, 3 times when I was recording. You only saw me watch it twice during the reaction, but I actually watched it 3 times. And that's why my recordings are so long. He's talking about 2 hours. Anyway, I'm digressing. What else happened? Oh, when Shane was like, are you gonna for me? And he said, make me? Yeah. Y'all get what I'm going. Gold medal. Just wow. That scene. And speaking of scenes, the montage opening scene of episode 4 when they were hitting the boards and there was clap, 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 clap on the bed, on the boards, in the shower, on the stairs, any available surface, they were doing it, and that's why I included it here. It gets a bronze medal. The montage was cute, but it wasn't say, the club scene. All the things he said, right into my head. This is not the club scene. It's just some of my favorite things that happens in TV show when the tension is so thick. You could just tell they wanted to be with each other. And then the episode ended with both of them thinking about each other while Ilya was in the shower. And that man was gripping his own ass. Like, gripping it. And Shane, he was over there with Rose thinking about Ilya. And for that alone, for all the things she said, deserves the gold medal. And then when it turned to with them looking at us while they were thinking about each other, gold medal. That's not even up for debate. Gold medal. I'm looking at this picture. Svetlana wasn't even there. Like, what the heck? They just took that picture for fun. She was in the clubs with him in Russia, but she wasn't even there in Montreal. Okay, anyway. Last but definitely not least, when our resident lovebirds made history after Scott won the cup. The kiss on that ice when he brought Skip down there, my heart, oh my god, was so full. I was so happy. Y'all saw me during that reaction. I could not contain how happy I was for them. The tears were flowing. Episode 5 in general was so beautiful, and to end it on this note, gold medal. Yes, it's just a kiss compared to even some of the spicy scenes that I put down here at bronze medal, but they made history, okay? Y'all can debate me if you want to, but that deserves a gold medal. Now, I wasn't expecting to put 1, 2, 6 scenes in the gold medal. I thought I would maybe only have like maybe 3. But then now that I'm looking at them, all of them deserve golds. Everybody on silver, do I want to move any of y'all up? I don't think so, because the gold is really hard to beat. And then bronze, yeah, y'all are gonna beat my ass about Shane riding, but it just it doesn't speak to me the way that other ones do. Now it has come time to give out the Stanley Cup to my gold medalists. I have a top 2 and they're right next to each other. They are. I'm gonna show you with my cursor. Pay attention. I'm moving. It is it's these two divas, the Vegas hotel room scene and the cuddle on Ilya's sofa. Who is gonna take home the Stanley Cup? Well, let me explain first, right? The Vegas scene. I wanted to be in the room when it happened. I wanted to be sat in the corner in my own little chair, out of the way, you know, while they do what they do. That's how good it was. It had everything that I love in a spicy scene. But then contrary to that, on the other hand, let me flip sides, we had the cuddle that changed everything. They both felt so many feelings that Shane had to get his ass up and leave. He had to vacate the premises because it was too much too good. On top of that, this scene is the one that made me cry. So I had to choose between a scene that made me cry and a scene that made me want to be in the room. The winner of the Stanley Cup for my Heated Rivalry spicy tier list ranking. Episode 4, cuddling on Ilya's sofa. Are y'all gonna jump me in the comments? Don't do it. Like, you have to understand my reasoning. This scene made me cry. This scene is when it changed everything for them. Shane had a whole identity crisis. Ilya had a whole crash out that led us to the club. Literally, if this scene did not happen, episode 5 would not happen. Them speaking about their feelings in Tampa would not have happened. You know what? I'm gonna stand strong on my pip. None of that beating around the bush. I'm not the kind of gal. And if we're being real, once episode 6 comes out, the cottage is about to blow all of these out the water. I don't know what they're about to be doing at that cottage, but I know it's gonna be a lot more than what they were doing in any of these other scenes. And on top of that, it's gonna be so much more emotional because Ilya just told Shane how much he loves him, and because Skip came out publicly, they finally realized that they can be who they want to be together. So yeah, the cottage is gonna make my ranking list null and void. But if I had to rank all of the other scenes from the first 5 episodes, this is what it would be. Even if y'all want to jump me, please make sure to tell me your rankings in the comments. Is it different than mine? Is it similar to mine? Who would be your Stanley Cup winner? I can't believe that episode 6 is upon us, and then we'll have to figure out what to do with our lives. Because I don't know what I'm going to do when the series is over. We need to figure out a game plan. What are we doing after this? What series are we watching? Do you guys want to like watch a series together maybe so we can talk and laugh about that? I just don't know what to do. What are we going to do? I don't know. But the next time I see y'all, we'll be at the cottage. So until then, please make sure to like and subscribe. Toodles.